Hey there, welcome to another Warframe guide. Today we're going to look at one of the original 8 Warframes in Warframe, Trinity Prime. Requiring no mastery level to use, Trinity Prime is a support type Warframe that excels in healing allies, both Warframe, companions and objectives alike, to full health. She also comes with other useful abilities like Energy Vampire to restore energy to nearby players, which can also restore shields with the Vampire Leech Augment mod, and can become very tanky with her Blessing and Link ability, reducing damage and reflecting it onto nearby enemies. Trinity Prime is currently vaulted, but her main blueprint and subsequent parts can still be obtained from trading or from these relics. While Trinity Prime has some very good support abilities, she lacks any real damage or crowd control, making it difficult to clear large amounts of enemies, forcing her to rely on her weapons. Despite this, she is quite easy to use and is a popular Warframe to use in Eidolon hunts and high level missions as her sustainability for herself and teammates is second to none. With the right setup, you can get a 75% damage reduction buff that's applied twice on all damage taken. Couple this with adaptation and for those 30 seconds, you're quite literally unkillable. I've made 3 builds to show you today, so let's get started. I would also like to quickly mention that the range on your Blessing isn't based off the range of your Warframe, but is actually based on the affinity range instead. The first build is her Blessing or Eidolon hunting build. The main part of this build is to utilize her Blessing's healing and damage reduction ability on as many allies as possible for as long as possible. Corrosive projection for reduced enemy armor, narrow-minded augur message, prime continuity and constitution for max duration, power drift and intensify for power strength, streamline for efficiency, and natural talent to make sure your Blessing is casted instantly, and vitality for health. Note that going any higher than 150% power strength is pointless, since the ability caps out at 75% damage reduction. At 145% power strength, you'll be getting 72.5% damage reduction. If you're planning to take this into Eidolon hunts, I'd recommend swapping Arcane Guardian or Arcane Energize out for Arcane Nullifier if you don't use energy restores. This helps maintain your energy so that you'll always be able to cast Blessing if you need it. This second build is for her Energy Vampire ability, which allows her to restore large amounts of energy to herself and her allies in a large radius very quickly. Corrosive projection for the aura, Intensified, Transient Fortitude and Augur Secrets for power strength, Stretch, Cunning Drift and Overextended for high range, Vitality for health, and lastly, Vampire Leech works as an added bonus which will shield herself and her allies if they receive energy when they're already at max. The most important thing here is the 13% duration, as it allows Trinity to give her allies energy as quickly as possible. This makes her particularly useful in conjunction with other heavy nuke Warframes like Saren or Vault, allowing them to cast their major abilities very frequently. And the final build is her tank build, which, as you may expect, turns her into an unkillable healing machine. This build is quite simple and allows for a bit of customization depending on how you'd like or need to play her, as it focuses mainly on her Link and Blessing abilities. Adaptation and Vitality for survivability, Corrosive projection again for the reduced enemy armor, prime continuity and narrow-minded for duration, intensify and power drift for that 145% power strength again, stretch and augur reach for range, and streamline for efficiency. Alternatively, you can swap these 3 mods out for things like augur reach, constitution or flow, depending on if you feel you need more duration or energy, especially for places that don't give as much energy. Or if you're taking engagements at a further distance, range may be better so that your Link ability can lock on to more enemies. Note that since Blessing's range is tied to your affinity range, which is 50 meters and not your Warframe range, if you wanted to increase this, you would need to use Vazarin's Mending Unity passive for an extra 25 meters. So, those are my builds that I use for Trinity Prime. If you enjoyed this video or if it helped you out in any way, do subscribe and leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Good luck with your farming, and thanks for watching. Bye.